Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back.
Do you have something witty to say?
I just did.
I got a joke.
Do it. Lay it down.
Why did the orange stop in the middle of the road?
Oh, God. It stopped rolling.
It ran out of juice.
Oh, no. I don't like that.
Fantastic.
Everyone will notice that we are a Tim short today. Just barely short of a full Tim.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's okay. Hey, I got a joke for you.
What?
Okay? So there's three sailors on a boat, and they have 4 cigarettes, but nothing to light them with. What do?
I don't know.
They just take a cigarette, they flick it overboard, and then the whole ship is a cigarette lighter.
I'm so mad. Never heard that before. And I've been on a boat.
I've been on several boats.
Yeah.
Look, it's Tex, our liberal friend from down south.
My blood pressure just went up.
So Tim is under the table this week instead of Dakota. Yeah. I'm normally above board, though.
Under the table. Oh, no. Stop it, Tim.
Brad's kidding. About the stop.
Only, yeah. Only a little. So we've got a lot to talk about tonight.
We do. We always have a lot to talk about.
Yeah, we've got 40K. We're in the midst of the ending of our season of Blood Bowl.
Mm-hmm. Got what, 3 weeks left?
3 weeks left, yeah. Yep. 2 weeks left, technically, I think. We're technically in week 8, right?
Yeah.
Week 8? Week 8 or week 9 right now? I think we're in week 9 right now.
Yeah.
So I'm a week behind. So I got to play my week 8. But yeah, so we've got about 2 more weeks left to get all these games in.
Yeah.
And then we get to start our playoff season.
I gotta say, man, my quarantine is not shaping up like
I was
needed
actually wondering about that.
Yeah.
I was talking with John. He said he had to play you next. What does your quarantine look like? Because I have no idea.
I think and from my last game, I have to refresh my memory because I haven't played in a couple of weeks because of the drops and everything have made things a little difficult. But I think I have block on all 4 of my Bloodseekers now.
Well, that's good.
I might be missing one. I can't remember if the last guy leveled up, but I think he did.
It's a little late to be worrying about block, though.
You're right, dude.
It's 7 weeks in.
I've got a corn goer with sure hands, and then I've got a corn goer with mighty blow, and that's the team.
That's not good.
That's the team, man.
That's not good.
I haven't been getting the SPP.
No,
I'm on week 7.
You haven't played week 7.
Yeah, I've missed out. I've missed out on 2 games because of drops.
Yeah.
So it's having an impact.
Yeah. No, I get that. I was thinking about playing my corn team again.
God. He wants to know how you have the Acropolis game pop. Yeah.
A little bit. Is this a 3-legged bar stool? Or who's?
No, we got Jamie.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we got Jamie. I totally forgot. Oh, yeah.
You forget about the 4th person that you see every Tuesday night.
You're right. I'm sorry.
They
don't see him.
Lots of bar stools have 4 legs.
Most of them, in fact.
Yeah. Anyway. Oh, yeah. So I was actually thinking about playing my corn team again, and I was thinking
redrafting it for
well, not redrafting it, but playing it fresh. And I was thinking about actually just starting with a blood spawn for that reason.
Yeah.
Because leveling up 4 Seekers is a pain in the butt.
You're right.
I've done it.
You're right, but it is very important to start leveling them.
But I think by the end of my corn season, 2 blood seekers ended up with guard, and that was it. One of them might have had guard and block, but I think they just ended up with guard.
Yeah.
And it just you really just couldn't get SPP on them fast enough throughout the season, and this was a longer season, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought about just starting with a blood spawn. Because you're from just having the blood spawn, you're 6 casualties away, or 4 casualties and an MVP away from just giving it block.
Yeah.
And just having it game 1, you got Claw and Mighty Blow and Frenzy. You just tear down players if you're lucky enough.
Tex, sincerely, I'm sorry, and I blame this on Tim. I blame him implicitly.
Wow.
He's the liar and the scoundrel.
Yeah, I can't
stress that enough.
I can't be liable for things Tim says.
I don't have access to his face to be able to put it on socks. and by extension, your toes. Amazon Master Race. Dude, I'm still not sold on them.
Amazons?
Why don't we threaten him? I like that.
They're
I like it a lot.
They're not. Yeah, they're not like super good or anything. I know a lot of people think the Strength 4 players are like crazy. Because
well, look, man, I'll go as far to say is that Strength 4 player might be the best player in the game.
I don't know. I don't know if I agree. I don't know if it's the best player on the team.
Dude, and they absolutely are by a mile.
I don't know.
I mean, the only one that's challenging them is the Blitzer.
All do something different and important. That's the thing. The Blitzers have more movement. They come with 3 skills. One of them hit and run, which is absolutely nonsense. The thrower also comes with 4 skills, and like on the ball pass, safe pass, and dodge. Like all those players are super important. I really enjoy the team for that. But yeah, I don't think the Strength 4 players are like the super powerful thing everyone says they are.
No, I'm not going to say that I'm not saying they're broken. I'm saying in my opinion, that player is the best player on the team and possibly like they're a contender for best player in the game.
Yeah,
you know, like,
I don't.
When we're talking about just like positionals, not like big guys and.
But they're not that impressive out of the box, though.
Sure, but like
that. That's the thing. Like you have to develop them, and there's a lot of players out of the box that are just good out of the box. That if you were to play even just a million team value game, that player's just good, right?
Yeah.
Like,
but like you take it's not 12. You take 14 SVP, you take 2 levels, and you slap them on like every player in the game, and that player rises like above.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. They do have some good trajectory because they start with dodge and they have it's the
movement 6 with agility, and like they're the fastest Strength 4 player.
Yep, with the best agility
in the game. And now barring the Bull Centaur. But they don't have the agility 3, and like coming with dodge and everything, it's really good.
It is really good. You're paying a higher cost for defensive though, a skill that you're not going to use. Out of the 7 games I've played, I've used it once.
On what?
Defensive,
yeah.
Yeah, and it's honestly kind of an underwhelming skill.
How much did it come into play against your game with Nathan?
It came into play just about every turn, but it didn't really do a whole lot. All it really made him do was think more.
Yeah.
And it might have turned some 2-die blocks into 1-die blocks, but again, all the players have to block. So it's not like it made him all that hard to.
Nathan says it crippled him.
It did not cripple him. It definitely did not cripple him. Defensive did not do. I think it needs more. I've thought about this a little bit. So it either needs to work all the time, or you do what they did with on the ball and you combine it with another skill, like maybe fend. You take defensive and combine it with fend, and now you've got a pretty decent skill that people might actually pick.
Maybe that's an idea.
And it would also
if you were gonna move fend to being an agility skill.
I think you can make it general. I think defensive could be general.
I think it's probably.
I don't see any reason. I don't see any reason why defensive is agility over general in the first place, other than guards a strength skill.
It's there to give agility teams counterplay against guard.
I get it, but the vast majority of agility teams have general access, except for stunties. That would be the only thing.
But the problem is that gives defensive access to the entire game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's fine. A guard amongst the teams that take guard is too ubiquitous anyway.
Wow, Carey tied with Gilson.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about that earlier too.
Later, Tex. Thanks for stopping by, buddy.
But yeah, so
don't let the pit bulls bite.
But yeah, I just don't think in terms of you got to, if you want to make it into a skill that somebody actually wants to take, something has to change about it. Mm-hmm. So you either make what it does just better, or you combine it with another skill like fend. I thought combining it with fend would actually make it kind of neat. It also make human nobles better too, because human nobles are kind of a subpar, if not bad team right now.
Nobles, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God, that team would start with like 6 defensive.
Yeah, exactly. and now they're challenging for people who like guard.
Maybe.
Yeah, it makes their linemen really. You might have to make their linemen a little bit more expensive.
Dude, I genuinely think that if all you need to do to that team is just tweak some gold costs
for nobles.
Yeah, and then
probably.
they're fine.
Probably
70K rerolls are nonsense.
Yeah, there's no reason they have 70K rerolls.
They have the same cost of rerolls as an undead team.
Yeah,
it just makes no sense.
Yeah,
they're supposed to be like the best players money can buy.
Yeah.
It makes no sense. I mean, I could see they should frankly be 50K. I could live with 60, but 70K is utter nonsense. Those linemen need to be 40K. Them being 45 is stupid.
They're 45.
They're 45
That's weird.
With armor 8+ and agility 4+.
Oh yeah, they have bad agility. Are they movement 6 at least?
They're movement 6.
Okay,
but the thing is, it's like once they're in a tackle zone, their only hope of getting out of the tackle zone is getting punched in the face and defending someone away. Yeah. In which case, it's like a 40-60 shot that they just die.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's that they're just gone anyway.
Yeah. So like it's not ideal because they can't dodge away.
No.
If you fail
you're risking
dodge,
turnovers.
If you fail that dodge, they're probably going to just die.
Yeah. You're making armor rolls against them anyway.
So even that 5K reduction, that'd save them, 20 to 60K across the team. The blitzers are absurd.
Yeah.
The blitzers are absurdly priced.
How much are the blitzers?
They're like I want to say that they're 100
because they have block or catch.
They have block and catch, and that's it.
Actually. Oh, they only have block and catch. I thought they had another skill.
They're movement 7 with general agility access.
They don't have. Okay. Yeah, that's dumb.
Yeah, they don't have strength.
But no. Here's the other thing too. Getting back to the defensive thing, if you combine it with fend, it gives that skill broader application too. Sure. So now, instead of using it only in games where you're playing against guard, and then every other time it literally doesn't do anything, now it gets used like every game.
Yeah, 105 for those blitzers.
Yeah, that's not worth it.
It's way too expensive.
The movement 7,
yeah,
with block and catch, which is just a weird combination in the first place. I guess they have blodge on their first level up, which isn't bad, but armor 9, I take it. Movement 7.
Human blitzers are the same thing, except they don't have catch and they're 90K.
Yeah, well, they have strength access. They have strength access over
I think they're 85. No, yeah, they're 85K.
Yeah.
For those.
Yeah. Yeah, and
So we're talking a 20K difference just because you give them catch.
Yeah, they're a little bit different. They have agility access over strength.
Yeah, but like
it's not. One's not necessarily better or worse.
But was it the catchers that went down 5K, not the blitzers?
It might have been. But
still, 90 is still. There's no reason for the Noble Blitzer to be 105.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with you. Going into this edition of Blood Bowl, they obviously got the gold cost wrong on a lot of things, especially when they started implementing like that 5K increments instead of 10.
The 5K increment I like a lot.
I do too. It allows you to make small adjustments where they're needed. Like I think the Amazon team is undercosted.
Probably, yeah.
I think pretty much all their players could stand to go up 5K. I think if they do, I think the team.
Okay, so human blitzers are 85K. That's what I thought because they were 90K last edition.
So, but yeah, so they're. So I would do that. I think elf linemen too could come down. I think elf linemen at the very least elf linemen can come down 5K across the board.
They were 65K.
Yeah, exactly.
And 55K for the what's it called? The Union one. I think is probably good. Love you too, buddy. I think that would be a good thing.
Yeah, I think if those teams specifically need to get about 50,000 gold cheaper, roughly.
Yeah, I hadn't seen Nurgle Matt, but if he popped by, I was gonna say something to him because he was commentating on the game at LVO.
I saw. That was cool.
Like the game.
Yeah. But yeah, so we'll see. So your corn's not doing. So what did you think of my team build though for for my corn list. It does start with...
so taking the blood spawn.
Yeah, the blood spawn...
Do you have to drop 2 blood seekers?
It's 2 blood seekers and 2 corn gores is the starting with...
2 seekers, 2 gores, and
6 linemen.
6 linemen with a
3 rerolls.
Oh, okay.
I could drop a reroll and get another lineman, but I don't have 7 lineman models, so I wouldn't do that.
I don't know, man. The blood seekers are the heart and soul of that team.
Yeah, but so I was doing the math on it. The gold cost abroad for the team is cheaper in the long run if you go 2 seekers blood spawn versus 4 seekers no blood spawn.
Yeah.
So with the third reroll,
you've got to buy the reroll and the blood spawn, which is
exactly.
Which is what is that? 245K, 280.
280.
Oh yeah,
versus 220 for just the 2 seekers. Now, since you're starting with 6 marauder linemen too, you don't care if one of them dies. You'll play a game with a journeyman lineman because you're not looking to buy another lineman. Yeah. Your next player is going to be a blood seeker, which will just replace that dead player.
Did you factor in the cost of buying the other 2 corn gores?
What do you mean? Yeah. Oh wait. Later on?
Yeah.
No, because those are like my starting list was 2 corn gores anyway.
Yeah.
So it was 4 seekers, 2 corn gores, or 2 seekers and a blood spawn, 2 corn gores.
Okay.
So like it was all things being equal, it just kept them out. But yeah, so that's the thing too. But
I don't know, man. Those the blood seekers are I love them, and
I do too. But
and dude, my blood spawn constantly shits the bed, like all the time.
That's just the
it's
nature
like,
of
I can't. It's not that I.
You don't know how to talk to him. That's all I'm gonna say,
dude. I scream at him in rage because that's what Korn wants me to do.
My blood spawn loved me, and except against you, he treated me wonderfully. He got like 15 or 16 casualties in my first season.
Mine has successfully gotten an armor break this season.
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty excited for that one.
I didn't tell you against Nathan, my big guy, he threw like 12 blocks with Frenzy. I got 1 knockdown, and that was it. Everything else was a push. Everything else was a push.
That's awful.
It was terrible.
Tim needs attention.
Is he commenting?
He wants you to tell him he's pretty.
Oh, Tim, you're pretty.
Okay, there we go. I hope he feels better.
Yeah.
So, he mentioned that Blood Angels won the LVO.
Yes, they did.
Which is pretty fantastic. We could actually look at the list if you wanted to.
Can we?
Yeah.
They posted the list?
Well, yeah, I have the list right here.
Oh, perfect. I mean, I guess they probably posted most of the top table lists. But yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I can run us through it.
Yeah. You can run us through it. That list is going to change dramatically going forward.
So, yeah, you're right. It's especially from like the balanced data slate to now.
Exactly.
The price changes.
That was with Armor of Contempt. Armor of Contempt is gone.
But you said you were struggling with Marines. This might give you a little bit of. I mean, granted, it's Blood Angels.
Yeah,
very different, but still.
Blood Angels are different. They're probably the most different. Space Marine.
They took
them in Space Wolves.
They took Dante and Lamartes.
Yeah.
A Sanguinary Priest with a jump pack.
Okay, that's their apothecary.
They did the upgrade to make him a Soul Warden, which is like their
chief apothecary.
Okay, yeah. They gave him Teeth of Terra from the
Codex.
Yep, from the Codex. They took 3 infiltrator squads.
Okay.
Yeah,
they're good.
Dude, in like the competitive scene, like the ability to infiltrate units
onto an objective. Yeah.
Infiltrating early game. It's a big thing that people talk about a lot. It can be very strong. And even like the infiltrators, like Blood Angel ones, they just run up with
+1 to wound.
Yeah, exactly. So they're like, okay, we can fisticuffs, and I'm gonna wound you on 3s.
Yeah, makes sense.
It took 3 units of Sanguinary Guard, 8 or 7 models each. Which is a weird number. 5 Death Company with Thunderhammers. 5 Death Company with Melta Pistols and Power Fists.
Okay.
Another unit with the same thing.
Oof.
So it's 2 Power Fists, 3 Power Swords in each of those units.
I wonder if that'll be changed because all those options now come free.
And that's the list.
That list is going to get a lot bigger.
That's the list.
So it's a bunch of Death Company with, God. Yeah.
12 units.
Yeah, because you can't run. Yeah, you're not going to run that without Armor of Contempt. You're going to add some stuff. That list probably got so much cheaper just based off all the options I've heard.
It's very fast.
Yeah.
Very fast list.
Yeah.
I mean, you have all the infiltrators. They're up in the middle of the board at the start of the game.
Yeah.
Unless someone needs to sit back on a backfield objective.
Yeah.
You've got, Lamardes and Dante which are just blenders in their own right.
Mm-hmm. I've thought hard about I don't know who that is.
I don't know either.
I've thought hard about drop pods and tax pods. I really want them to matter again.
Yeah, well, the problem, drop pods just become a huge liability.
I know they do.
You charge them, and it's like, you can't shoot me.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm too close to your piece of metal.
Yeah, I know. And if you're on an now it's an issue. Because obviously you'd use them to drop them on an objective. Now you charge it with a troop unit, and now you have to charge. I mean, all in all, you can't shoot them. If you can get close to them, you can punch them and kill them. But
yeah, they're
vulnerable in that way.
They need to modify their rules so that they're not a vehicle. They drop down and they're basically just like a piece of scenery you can interact with. But
and hear me out here, we go back to 7th edition and just say you can't lock vehicles in combat.
That'd be great.
Anymore.
I'd be okay with
that. There's no reason. Just like there's no reason to be locked in combat with a drop pod.
It's Jason.
Oh, duh. Wait, I think it's a different name.
It's not Snagowski.
Oh,
Shelley.
Yeah, thank you.
Tim pays me to be entertainment. But yeah, that's the LVO winning list.
Okay.
He scored 100 points in the final game.
Jeez.
100. It was. I think it was
Maxed.
I think it was 100 to 62.
Yeah, Arcs of Omen will also. Arcs of Omens. I got the book. It's got it changed a lot in terms of objectives and stuff.
They changed a bunch.
I don't know if 100 points will even really be feasible anymore.
Well,
it'll be possible, but you won't see it. You just won't. But yeah, we'll see. The thing with the balanced data slate, it will change so much of that because now those units are not only not as durable, but they're now not as expensive. So you're going to see more. He'll probably be able to bring just more units like that, but they'll be easier to kill. So
they would be easier to kill.
Yeah. So that
I don't think that army survives so much on Armor of Contempt. That army is more about
locking stuff in combat.
Well, not even locking stuff in combat because anything that those units touch dies. Anyway. Yeah, I mean all those I don't know how much you know about Sanguinary Guard, but they're ridiculous.
No, they've been good for a while.
Yeah,
they've been good for a long time.
They're just murder ponies that fly around the universe.
Yeah. No, it used to be able to. There was a way to turn 1 charge them, and not turn 1, turn 2 charge them in 8th edition.
Mm-hmm.
It was. I think you got an extra D6 die roll, so you got a 3d6 charge out of Deep Strike or something.
Yeah, that was on I think on Wings of Death.
Yeah, it was something like that.
Something like that.
So you could almost guarantee a 10-inch charge out of. Out of Deep Strike.
And be reasonable.
Yeah.
Sure.
I think that's the average. But yeah, it's on 3d6. But yeah, so you can almost guarantee it every time you come out of Deep Strike. So yeah, it's yeah.
Do you want to go over some of the
I'm curious
the reveals from LVO?
Yes, we can do that. There's a couple that definitely we need to talk about. There's a bunch of box sets coming out.
Yeah.
A bunch of box sets that are personally amazing. Not for my wallet, unfortunately.
Jason, it's a lot easier when Tim's not around. For him and Brad to be yelling at each other the whole time.
Kidding.
So, real quick, actually, because they published those rules on the World Eaters today.
Oh yeah.
So, going over that really quick, they're bringing back blood tithe points.
Yes.
So, Blood Tithe works the same way as it did back, when they had the Corn Demonkin.
Yeah.
Whenever anything dies, you get a Blood Tithe. If the unit was a monster, vehicle, or character, you get an additional Blood Tithe at the end of the phase.
Okay.
So if any one of those things died or more, you get an extra one at the end of the phase. If it was Titanic, you get another one on top of that.
Okay. I'm looking at the things you can spend Blood Tithe points on right now.
Yep. So there was Rage Fueled Invigoration, which gives it's for 3 Blood Tithe, you get +1 to charge rolls for the entire army. Now, Blood Tithes they last the entire game.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you kill... okay. Well, that's... Yeah. What happens if Angron dies?
Angron, you get 2 Blood Tithe points because he's a Titanic, and you're getting at the end of the phase. You have... Andy's a character, so you actually get 3. There's a specific Blood Tithe for 6 points where you can spend it and he just goes into reserves with 8 wounds remaining, and you just deep strike him in your next turn.
If he's alive.
No, I kill your Angron.
And you spend 6
dies.
Blood Tithe points, and he essentially comes back with 8 wounds.
Yeah.
I like that. Where's that for my Thousand Sons, please? Yep. That's neat. That's neat. I want World Eaters too.
But yeah, you get to just put him back on the table, and he's a demon, so he gets a deep strike in like they're able to,
do.
and then he's just like, "Rawr, I'm gonna go kill stuff." And given that he's Angron, he's probably really good with charging.
Yeah, they showed his rules. I've seen his.
I actually haven't seen his data slate.
I've seen it. He's got
900.5 attacks.
Yeah, he's got 36 attacks or something. I think his base attacks is 12? I think he's got 12 base attacks or something. And then he's got a sweeping attack that's that times him by 3, obviously. So you can charge him with 36 attacks.
And he gets more powerful
stuff.
the more damage he takes.
He gets
angrier.
Yeah. So yeah, no, he's got a lot of very very, very cool abilities and stuff. He's also got an anti-psyker ability that I can't even think about. Oh, there it is, Reborn in Blood. See, that's so cool. That model is place a destroyed Angmon for your model. How about just spending 6 Blood Tithe points and getting a free Angron with 8 wounds left? No, I'm just he's not in your army. You don't factor in
just get him.
You just get him.
That's probably That's probably too good.
You think so?
Yeah,
I think it'd be cool.
So.
I think that'd just be cool. Hey, you got 6 Blood, just get free Angron.
There's also another one for 6 Blood Tithe where you get melee attacks with born heroes.
Okay.
So 6 is to hit auto wound.
Okay, that's okay.
And you get a 5-up feel no pain against mortal wounds.
Each time a model loses wound. Okay, so they get a 5-up feel no pain. Yep, for mortal wounds. Okay, the +1 to charge is going to be really useful.
Yeah. And
I like the idea of Angron coming back. I just don't know if that's an auto. If that'll be an auto include. They need to. I'm hoping with the invention of 10th edition when that comes into play. I'm hoping a lot of these characters like that are a little bit more survivable.
But dude, he's been doing it for years. We can't make him stop.
What's wrong with it? I can hear it.
Are you sure you can't just hear me because I'm talking?
I can hear both of you. So
I can hear both of you.
So when I'm playing,
it's like multiple personality disorder, but you're perceiving multiple personalities in other people.
It's literally going straight to my brain. I can the waves, the sound waves, going right to my brain. But
you're defending something that is indefensible.
when I'm playing video games at home and I'm wearing my headset, this is how I'll wear it. So that way, if someone calls for me or something, I can respond.
Is it possible to learn this power?
phenomenal.
It is.
I forgot that was going to come out the speakers.
No.
Oh god. Okay, Tony, can you go to Warhammer Community? And yeah, I know. Like, it legitimately, if Tyranids, if all the rumors are wrong and Tyranids don't come, I might play World Eaters. The range isn't huge, and it doesn't seem like a massive financial investment for me to get involved.
That's what I'm saying. It's a lot less for me too because they use existing models.
Not a ton.
Terminators.
They do use regular Terminators.
I have
don't they?
so many Chaos Terminators. It's not even funny. I think I got like 20 of them. But yeah, so
go down until you find the LVO reveals. It shouldn't be too far back.
But yeah, they are. Oh no, they're cool. I really like World Eaters. Hopefully that's a sign for things to come for Thousand Suns. I really don't like what they've done with Thousand Suns. I hate the multiple cabals where everyone gets a relic, a warlord trait, and a psychic power, and I hate all of that. I think they need to simplify it a little bit.
Yep. So like each
make it
of
a little
these
bit
things,
better.
Tony. Oh wow, there's a lot more than I remember there being.
We'll just cover the big ones.
A lot of things.
Yeah, we'll skim over like the less relevant stuff.
So cops and robbers.
So I actually want to talk about this one. Like even though we don't play kill team.
Yeah.
The
Arbites.
models are sweet.
I do really like the Arbites. I think they're cool.
Cops.
I think space cops are neat. I like them. It's like a combination of like Judge Dredd and RoboCop.
Yes.
It makes me happy.
Yeah. And these models are really cool.
Yeah.
You know,
I really
Sergeant
like
one's a little odd.
it is very RoboCop.
Super RoboCop.
Yeah.
Like that dude with the mace, or the power maul. That's awesome.
Yeah. No, I really like it.
Honestly, they've got a little bit of like a
Sisters of Battle.
I was gonna say like the Age of Sigmar, the frickin' the
Sigmarines?
Yes, they have a little bit of like Sigmarine feel to them.
Really?
With
I was actually thinking Sisters of Battle.
Yeah, I could see the Sisters of Battle.
A lot of it's got to do with the color,
From
but
two,
like the aesthetic too. I've got a lot of those like really sharp edges.
I like the riot shield and like how they've got power mauls and shit.
Yeah.
Like they're just gonna beat the hell out of some civilians.
I mean, yeah. They're probably more along the lines of like gene stealers and like cultists.
That's fair, but like, could you imagine them just like a colonist just gets like mouthy with them and they just power maul them?
I mean, yeah. It's probably why they don't.
And the like this heavy stubber thing there, that's cool too.
Although I'm also not sure like Arbites are just walking around hive cities either. Like I think they're almost like a
they're a special forces thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. They're not just like actual cops. They're like SWAT.
Yeah, exactly.
You know. But still, just like
No,
cops.
It's neato.
Yeah.
I love it. I think it's super cool.
And the so the next unit down further, it's an upgrade to the Cabalite Warrior.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. So you're not punching civilians; they're fighting Dark Eldar.
In this case, yeah,
doing a good thing. Get them weirdos out of here.
Yeah. Which I really like the paint scheme on these Cabalite Warriors.
I do too.
Like the blue, super crisp.
I've always liked Dark Eldar more than regular Eldar.
The pointy head helmets don't strike as it's a lot easier to deal with on a Dark Eldar model.
Yeah, well, it's because they've got a lot more. They feel like they've got a lot more going on.
Yeah,
because Eldar are very clean looking,
sleek. Yeah,
yeah. There's not a lot to them in terms of like all the just look at all the stuff that's on there.
I really considered. I was flipping through these. I considered taking these guys for like a Dark Elf team.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Because I'm not a big fan of the Dark Elf models.
I keep forgetting that they have an actual team.
Dark Elves?
Yeah, like they have an actual box team. I'm always thinking like they're like a league of or a team of legend, but they're
Yeah.
not. They have an actual team box.
Also, I love the map, like the
Oh yeah,
the
like
Zone
the
Mortalis
the Zone
terrain.
Mortalis.
It's so good.
I like it too. I've always wanted to like get a Zone Mortalis board and play like that like a few times, but
that's all Arcs of Omen, man.
yeah, no, I know.
Which that's a shift of GW. Like they talked about how like they've gotten community feedback where they don't want like a ton of match play rules split over a bunch of supplements. So they brought out something like Arcs of Omen where it's like, hey, this is just a different way to play the game, but the additional rules aren't going to impact your regular games of Warhammer 40,000.
Okay, cool.
It's like this is
like that.
an extra thing, and it's like them acknowledging community feedback. It always feels really good,
Yeah.
from like a consumer point of view.
Yeah, I feel like it always. I feel like when it comes to that kind of thing, they've always been kind of behind the 8 ball. Like they're not. Like I feel like they receive community feedback and then they just sit on it.
Kinda.
And they just
no. I mean,
wait.
granted,
Like all right, I guess from a year and a half ago, I guess they were right. Let's put this.
Granted, I mean,
like,
from their point of view, like devil's advocate, like think of how long it takes to create a product
I
that
get
is
it.
in response
change,
to feedback.
Yeah, it's
You know.
change like that probably takes a while.
Exactly.
I understand.
We move to the next one, Tony.
It's just frustrating. That's all. I've been calling for new Thousand Suns models for a long time, and I'm still waiting to hear from them.
Horus Heresy, like, so you see these like Land Raider type variants, and
Yeah.
I when I see things like this, the only word that comes to mind is nonsense. Like that gun is just like, what are you doing?
I've said time and time again that if I was actually given if I could press a button and now everyone in here that plays 40K now plays Horus Heresy instead, and everyone's got their own Horus Heresy collection instead of 40K, I would do it.
Yeah.
I would do it. Like, everyone just press the button. Everyone now just plays Horus Heresy.
So when I say nonsense, I'm not saying like I hate this.
No, I get it.
I'm just saying
that is an
whoa.
over-the-top weapon. I understand where you're coming from.
It's literally at this point a gun on treads.
Yeah,
This is not a tank anymore. This is just a mobile
Artillery
platform
piece.
of destruction.
Yeah.
It's not even artillery. It's fully front facing, and you're not going to convince me that gun moves. Like to shoot anything, this entire vehicle needs to rotate.
Yeah, that's okay though. It's on treads. So
But it's not going to turn on a dime.
Yeah, well,
It should be able to.
I really, you think so? How?
One goes
how
forward,
treads-
one goes
yeah,
backward.
One goes forwards, one goes backwards. It
Yeah.
just rotates on a dime.
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, they turn on a dime.
Tears up the ground under it, but it works.
Yeah, you don't do it on pavement.
Well, I mean, look at that thing. That's
Well, then tear
gonna
up the tread.
that thing weighs more than a city block.
Yeah, it's the treads. The treads just eat ground.
Is there anything further down? I think this was the only one.
On base, they're not allowed to drive tanks on regular roads.
No, it's
You
gonna
have,
destroy
they,
it.
they have tank trails all throughout the base. That way, the tanks can actually get from point A to point B without having to be trucked somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, they will destroy the ground.
Yes, they eat
Because
the roads.
even turning a little bit, they're gonna
grind up. Yeah, because treads also don't necessarily look like that. They're very sharp.
Yeah.
So and
Well,
there's-
you got to get the traction.
Yeah.
and
They got
there's
to dig into the ground and
tons
move
and
that thing.
tons and tons of weight just on top of it. So.
Later, buddy.
But yeah.
All right, we move to the next one, Tony.
What is that anyway?
Different guns.
I guess that
It's
would
a
be
Land
relevant.
Raider. It's probably a Land Raider Votos. or
Scroll up a
something.
little bit. The name should be there. A little further.
It's a
Should be like in the
It's a
headline or
Spartan.
something.
Oh.
Cerberus heavy tank destroyer.
Yeah,
Eats lesser tanks for breakfast.
and
Okay.
large and greater tanks.
Monastic vampires and flesh. So this
Warcry.
is actually so we don't Warcry is kind of whatever. There was a rumor engine that everyone thought was a vampiric that had like vampire qualities on it.
Yeah, that's these guys.
Yeah, I was about to say because I think someone, I don't know if it was you or someone else, but I think someone mentioned like, oh hey, it might be Blood Bowl vampires.
Yeah.
But I think this is what that was.
I think
not
so,
saying
too.
that Blood Bowl vampires aren't coming.
They're supposed to be next from the rumors, from what I understand.
That's wild. I feel like they would do something else, but
I actually kind of like the look of these guys. And I could totally see using that as like
please stop.
As a Wilhelm.
Please stop.
The werewolf looking thing.
Yeah. Or just
I can
use
see that.
Or use that in place of your werewolves on a necro team.
I can see that in Blood Bowl.
Why stop it? That's
because they make a kit for that.
I mean, you're right, but like,
I'm not a huge fan of the necro kit. So if I were to convert a team, that would be.
If there's anything good out of that box, it's the werewolves.
That's
though.
fair.
The werewolves are well done.
That's fair. If I'm going to be completely fair, if I was to kibash a team, it would be necro.
Yeah.
Not a huge fan of the necro kit.
I really like the aesthetic of a lot of Warcry teams. I'm like genuinely.
Yeah. No, I think Warcry.
Honestly, like it's super popular. Cool. Like I think
apparently.
we should give it a try at some point. I really do.
Yeah,
maybe. If we got 4 of us to play, and Mama G, like I might genuinely play vampires if they function differently. Yeah.
They just have so many problems.
That's
why they're basically not a functioning team.
I don't like the way Bloodlust worked in the previous edition.
Yeah,
and I don't like that it's replaced with Animal Savagery this edition.
Yeah, it doesn't
with
work.
the new team coming out is supposedly like they're supposed to reintroduce a form of Bloodlust, and like the team is just going to be drastically different. Like I haven't even heard that thralls are a part of the team.
Yeah, that's one of the things that they've needed is they need their own mechanics.
Yeah,
and Bloodlust just unfortunately wasn't done right.
I like that dude.
That's what it is right there. The model on bottom.
Yeah,
his arm sticking out. That's not on the ground.
Yeah.
That was the rumor engine.
He's just like on all fours, just scuttling across the ground.
Not even a vampire.
No, these are corn dudes.
Yeah.
Which I'm always kind of a sucker for corn aesthetic too.
Yeah, I like
corn is probably like the coolest. Like
yeah, it might be. Yeah, I like corn. I've always liked the Zinchian stuff too.
Yeah, Zinch is cool too.
I've
honestly the only one I'm not a big fan of is Slaanesh.
I like it all. I'll be honest with you. I like it all.
The Slaanesh stuff is hit and miss depending on what I'm looking at.
That's fair. I think the Slaanesh stuff.
Dude, the terrain is so well done too.
Yeah. For me, the Slaanesh stuff I don't like is the fan-made stuff that's over the top.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you know what I'm talking about.
I know 110% what you're talking
That's what I don't like.
But it's the simp stuff, man.
Yeah, it sounds like a... Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
The NSFW Slaanesh models.
It's so dumb.
Kind of like what's been done to anime.
100%.
Basically, yeah.
But honestly, they're allowed to take it a step further because it's just a bunch of nerds in the basement.
Well, and it started from a pretty dirty point.
Absolutely. There's like on like Dark Eldar ships and stuff. There's like models for like slave women on their ships and stuff.
Yeah,
it's just it's a bit too far. But no, I like the corn things. These are cool. All right, so
Slime.
Okay, so these are.
What the heck is that?
That is a slan.
That's what's. Oh, that's right. They're like frog people.
They are frog people.
That's right.
Yep. So lizardmen, new lizardmen models, and Battle Tome coming to Age of Sigmar, which is something I've said for a long time that if they came out there that I would do. But again, if Tyranids are coming, I can't do both. Tyranids would take the cake.
Yeah.
But I think there was that model they came out with last year that was a big slan dude. Or I don't know if it's slan or slan.
Slan, I don't know.
Frogmen.
Yeah, frogmen.
And then
that's kind of neat.
Yeah, they've got like multiple builds for it.
Yeah.
And they came out with
Skink Riders.
Skink riding. They've got dinosaurs on dinosaurs, which I'm always a huge fan of.
I'm confused.
Yep. Smaller dinosaurs riding larger, more dangerous dinosaurs.
Oh, who's more dangerous? The dinosaur or the other dinosaur?
Exactly.
Never mind. Forget where I was.
How do you feel about these raptors? They look so happy.
I am
Like they're just glad to be here.
I think that's just their biology. I think they just that's their physiology. Excuse me. Like I think it's just how they look.
They
So
just
happy to
look
be
ecstatic because every single one of
It's their
these models
jawline.
is just happy as hell.
It was probably a full belly.
They're going to war and they're just pumped.
But yeah, no, it's I'm more of a sci-fi guy than
That's
a
fair.
fantasy guy.
That's fair.
So like I've always preferred that aesthetic over.
Look how much better the skinks look though.
They look
Like
cool.
I like that the skinks are scaled up a bit. Like they're a little bit larger, but like they're still like a stunty kind of thing.
Yeah, I like how the Raptoids look all happy,
Raptoids.
but the skanks on them look like angry.
Well, yeah, because those things have a power where they just drain the happiness from
Okay.
everything around them,
Makes
and that's
sense.
why they just emanate immense joy.
No.
And then the Sauruses, which are freaking amazing.
Yeah, those look cool too.
Oh my god! Looking at these, it is hard not to say like I'm gonna make a
Stop.
Blood Bowl team.
Stop! Stop! They have a lizard man.
and I literally already own it.
Oh, you do?
I
Really?
do. I bought a box. I haven't built them or anything.
My Norse is still sitting in my Jeep under my passenger chair.
These look like they might be a little better done than the.
Oh,
The
absolutely.
Blood Bowl. Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Absolutely.
for sure. That said,
Also-
I think the Blood Bowl ones are really good.
Also, the paint is unusually good on.
They
on
did
these guys.
They did a really good job.
Yeah.
The only thing I felt like was missing here is that I feel like they need some kind of like breastplate, like some kind of armor.
They are a little naked, aren't they?
Yeah, like
Maybe a shoulder piece.
yeah, like they're just a little bare.
Eh.
But I mean, they look great.
You know,
All things aside,
I look at them and I actually don't see like dinosaur. I see turtle.
turtle.
I see turtle. Like they remind me of a snapping turtle.
You must have some kind of like deep-seated latent fear of turtles to like
they are
where you
frightening.
look at them.
The face is a little snapping turtley.
Little snapping
You've heard that
turtles.
one story, right? About how that turtle beat that rabbit in a foot race? Like, they're strong, they're fast, they have that shell.
I thought you were gonna say shield.
Yeah!
All right.
Basically the same thing.
You know, German for turtle is just shield toad.
Is it?
Dude
mean,
says
it's-
woo less paint.
It's both shield and toad are the German word for it, but yes.
I like the maces too. Like, honestly, I didn't really stop and take a good look at the shields, but I like those too.
Yeah, they're kind of neat.
I think that's a full all the way around.
Yeah, from it. Ooh, why does the one on the left look so ethereal?
Well, they are technically demons.
Oh, are they?
Yeah,
Interesting.
like in the Sigmar lore, they're demons, but they're like celestial demons.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
But they essentially function the same way that like demon can do.
Yeah. Yeah, they're kind of neat. Dance into Danger. Daughters of Cain.
Yeah, this is
They do. Wow, they got a lot of Sigma release.
well this one. Well, yeah, you could use them for Sigmar, but it's like the card game one.
Mm-hmm.
They change the name all the time. But like these models are pretty cool, and you don't want me to say what I'm thinking, so I'm just gonna let you connect those dots.
I know. You're going to turn them into a Dark Elf team, because why wouldn't you? Most expensive Dark Elf team ever.
Yeah, I know, especially considering I already have 2 boxes of
Oh
the,
my God.
the regular Dark Elves.
It's all right. I bought another box of dwarves just so I can repaint them.
Mm-hmm. Just so I could repaint them. Did you really?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Don't judge me.
Not a fan of your paint job on
No, I thought I could have done a better job. Not like I'll ever finish it. Like,
it? But you could finish like 8 of them and combine them with the 8 you already have done to have a full team.
yeah, but they'd be different colors. It
and
just wouldn't
that's
look
better
right.
than having literally unpainted.
I don't
ones.
know if it is. You've seen my Amazon team, right? How it's basically done, except it's not.
Yeah.
Every model has color
Wait,
on it.
why did you specify your Amazon team?
That's
you could just
fair.
say all of your teams.
Well, to be fair, not all of my players on all my teams have color on them.
All right, we can go to the next one, Tony.
My next one would probably be my Wood Elf team.
Yes, so
Vash
now
door.
we're on to the box sets for 40K now.
This one is the one that's going to bankrupt me. So I collect Chaos Space Marines and I collect Dark Angels.
Yeah, I saw this box and I said, well, Brad's going to buy 2 of these.
Yeah, and I was like, oh no, I need 2 of these. Not only just because of what comes in the box, like it's 2 armies that that I collect. But
yeah.
I have been trying to get my hands on Obliterators and Venom Crawlers since the Codex came out, since Chaos Space Marines came out. And now I know why. Because they were pulling all those models off the shelf so they can put them in a frickin' kit.
Yep.
I could take the cultists. Don't really need them. I have 30 of them.
Oh, you do have 30 of them?
Yeah, 30 of the new ones.
Okay.
So, yeah.
You can turn them into a Blood Bowl team.
Yeah. Well,
I have a sickness.
you got a problem, man.
But this what I don't know, is Vashtor or whatever.
Vashtor.
His model is super cool.
It's really cool.
It's awesome.
I'm really excited to see what they do with them. I'm kind of excited to see what they do with Chaos Space Marines. It's just in general. But yeah, I'm actually the Dark Angel side of the box. Like I need a new Azrael model. Mine's probably like 20, 30 years old.
That is the new Azrael.
Yeah,
model.
it's a new Azrael
Okay.
model. So like I need a new one.
Yeah.
That the one I have is probably like 30 years old.
You were talking
Made-
about how you
made
need
of
new
metal.
Terminators too.
I need more Terminators. Here's the thing that kind of concerns me, though. We've had rumors around for a while that they're coming out with new Terminators. And now I'm going to get 10 more Terminators.
Is it 10 in that box?
Well, if I'm buying 2.
Oh, you're okay. Yeah.
God, I wish there was 10. Then I'd get 20.
20 more models that I'm going to replace.
Yeah, but I always need more Terminators. Are you kidding me? There's no way. They come out with a new Terminator kit. You think I'm buying 10 of them right away? I can't afford that.
I genuinely do. I genuinely believe that.
probably-
If there is anything I know about Brad, it's he has a
love
whole and
Terminators.
deep-seated love of Terminators.
I love them. They're what drew me to Space Marines.
I'll never forget the sight of you putting like 50 of them on the table and just going out and punching a bunch of Baneblades to death.
Yeah, that was an apocalypse
There was like
game. That was
7
fun.
Baneblades on that table, and you just went through punching them.
Some of them were knights. Some of them were hitting with maces. It was a sight to see. I did enjoy that game.
Yeah.
Charging into trenches with Terminators, punching regular guardsmen. That was a fun game.
You're like, wounding on 2s, don't mind if I do.
Splat. That was a fun game. I did
Yeah.
enjoy that. But yeah, no, the intercessors. There's 10 intercessors in the box. That would give me 20. I already have 20. So I think I take those and I just make them bare bones intercessors.
Probably.
Yeah, because upgrades won't be free forever.
No.
So
They won't.
I just make them. I have.
Well, you can also change out the weapon type too, like because
It's true.
there's points in time where like the various weapons will just be good.
Mine currently have auto bolt guns because I thought they looked cool. That's my intercessors are currently modeled in a way that I think look cool, so that sergeants all have swords.
Yeah.
So like that guy. But yeah, so I might just take mine and make them bare bones.
Yeah. For your WYSIWYG stuff, like if you
Exactly.
go to a tournament or something,
Exactly.
and then when you play your fun game, you put your sword on him.
Exactly.
Oh, but it's free right now.
Yeah, so it
So,
doesn't
like,
matter.
literally, why not?
Yeah, just put the sword on them anyway. 'Cause it's cool. But yeah,
You can
so
have a sword and a bolt gun, right?
I hope those are free forever. I like.
Dude, it's happening so much now that it could be like a direction that 10th edition's going.
I understand the balance issues people have with it, but from a pure practicality standpoint, from the first point,
From a collection standpoint,
Exactly.
it's nice.
exactly, and
It's
I get
nice
to,
for sure.
I get to play with those models, and I think look cool. I don't have to actually model them with what they're equipped with, or I can actually give them. Rather, I can just give them what they're equipped with. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they can just take that, and I can play with it. And I don't have to worry about the points cost of what I'm gluing to the guy. But I really, and like I said, I know there's some balance problems. I have balance problems with it too. But stuff like that, there ain't no way Power Swords on a Dark Angel Sergeant's changing the outcome of a game that much.
Oh yeah,
Like
that's fair.
there's no way. Like I said, there's some other places like Terminators. there's a huge difference between a Cyclone missile launcher and a heavy flamer.
Yeah.
And, like, you might want to have some point differentials there, but, like, just some base melee weapons. Like, you can't tell me that a power maul is 5 points more than a power sword, which is 5 points more than a chain sword, which is, like, they all have different applications and different uses, and I don't know. I just want to see that. I wouldn't be mad if the vast majority of options were just, hey, you can put a melee weapon on your sergeant. Like, that's what you can do. What melee weapon do you want to put on? You know, that is now included in the cost of the unit. Like, all right, that works for me. Same thing with, like, heavy weapons and stuff, too. I kind of like the idea of tac squads. I don't think we talked about this much, but how do you feel about tac squads having free weapon upgrades?
It's not a big deal.
Yeah, I didn't think so either. I think you might actually see use of them.
How many more do we have, Tony? Is it
we've
is
digressed
it two,
quite a
one
bit.
more or two?
I believe
Terminators.
one.
Just one left? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
this
the
one.
new Marine models.
Yes. These have been a little divisive. Yeah.
I mean, a little bit. Now, the Marines here, they're kind of, I think they're kind of on the mess side, but they're not bad.
No,
there are people that are complaining, but I don't think they're bad by any means.
No, I don't think so either. I like the missiles. I think the missile on Marines. I think that's really cool.
The ones on the bottom. I like those missile launchers more than the ones on the top, like that square.
Yeah.
tube. These ones look a lot cooler.
Well, the ones on the bottom, I mean, we all know what the difference is. Those are going to be like single shot with like more strength and damage.
Those are super crack launchers. These are super frag launchers.
Oh. Huh.
They call them super frag and super crack.
We're talking like 2d6 per Marine.
I don't know, but
that could be what they need. However, I hate it being tied to, like, I don't know. And here's the other thing too. I play Dark Angels, man. So, like, I'm still playing with my 8th edition Hellblasters. Like, they're just cool.
Hey, Hellblasters are fine.
They're cool. I love that.
They are cool too. By the way,
I love my favorite ones, the heavy weapon ones. Mm-hmm. I love how they look, and now that they actually made them better, and they're the same cost as all the other ones, like 4 flat damage, strength 9, neg 4, just burn through something.
Zerp.
Like, that's good. I'll take it, and you can move and shoot at no penalty if you spend CP.
Does the red helmet indicate something?
He's a sergeant.
Yep, he's a sergeant.
Okay.
Yeah, that's an Ultramarine thing.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I saw he had it over his upside down Omega.
Here's something to point out. They all have Auspex arrays.
Yeah, that's true.
What's that going to do?
Um,
It usually affects...
Just hit on 2s all the time.
You think they're all just going to hit on 2s?
Probably.
All those units have something like that. Well, do all of them have... Well, they did. So, aggressors used to shoot twice. They don't anymore. And then eradicators still shoot twice. Huh. Maybe they'll hit on...
Do they all have Auspex arrays?
They don't,
They
no.
don't.
But like all I'm saying is like these units, they all do something like that. I guess
they have some kind of.
I guess
niche
Hellblasters
thing.
don't, but yeah, like I guess they all have a separate special rule, except for Hellblasters. So like Inceptors have like meteoric charge or something. Like they.
Yeah,
you roll a
that range unit that you want to be at ranged all the
Yeah,
time
yeah,
gets
when-
mortal wounds when they
when
charge.
charging,
Yeah, that's what they do.
Yeah, basically. And then there's another one.
Okay, so these actually look a little bit cooler than.
Yeah, I think they're neat.
I like the belt.
I do
Just
too.
feeding missiles into your missile launcher.
That's probably my favorite feature of them. It's one of the things that I don't know. My favorite thing is like a belt. I love the belt fed aesthetic. It's just neat.
you ever have a belt-fed missile launcher?
No, but I fired a belt fed grenade launcher and it's a lot of fun.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It jams like every 4th round, but it's still really cool. It's still really cool. Mark 19.
Oh, war.
Yeah.
A weapon you're not even allowed to use.
I mean, you can use it. Use it on vehicles.
Oh, gee. All right, let's go down and look at the. Oh yeah, I forgot about this guy.
Oh yeah, it's another lieutenant.
He is yet another lieutenant. However,
He's completely customizable.
yes, this one has a lot of customizable options, which is like a breath of fresh air because so many of these characters have been very static.
You know what I have to say about that as a Dark Angel player?
What?
I got my Dark Angel Primaris lieutenant, and he wears robes, so I don't care.
Okay.
I don't need him.
Okay.
He can take a hike.
Plus, that one's actually pretty customizable.
It is actually. You can give him. I don't think you can give him a power fist, but he has 2 different rifles he can take. He can take a power sword and a plasma pistol. I think.
Yeah.
He's got a bunch of different cool options.
That's like one of the better character kits. This one here, he's got a couple options. Plus, I like the helmet too. The helmet option, and this finally get a power fist. Like Primaris power fists look so.
They do
so good.
And I've always been a fan of power fists too. I really like. I've always just kind of liked using them on the board, especially in 7th edition when unwieldy was a thing. Like you had to get punched first, and then after you got done getting punched, you're just like, all right, I'm gonna obliterate everything you have now.
You ever notice the sheer volume of models that they have that have plasma pistols, and the hand that's holding them is a metal arm?
Yeah.
Because like they clearly exploded in their hand once upon a time, and they're like, all right, got a new one.
Yeah.
Zerp and go back to work.
No, it's very funny. However, none of them are Dark Angel characters. I'm just going to point that out. Not a single Dark Angel character has a plasma pistol, has a robot hand.
Go up a bit, because I guess they must not have
robot hand
close-ups of the Dreadnought. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, there you go.
So what was this one? The Desolator?
Brutalist. The Brutalist.
Okay.
The Brutalist Dreadnought.
It has claw fingers.
It has 2 different melee weapon options.
He does.
So, I was reading the article. It looks like he's got multi-melta, he's got front mounted multi-meltas, or heavy bolters. Yep.
Iron Hail Heavy Stubber up top.
Yep. And then it looks like if you take the claws, you don't get an additional shooting weapon, because if you look on the other one, on the arms, those are storm bolters.
Yeah, but I mean, I think those are guns around. I think those are storm bolters around the
claws.
The claws. So I think those might actually be heavy bolters around the.
They could be storm bolters. Can we get? Is there any way? Oh, probably not.
Yeah, I think they even talk about it in the article. We could read that real quick.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure that those are heavy bolters around the fists, and storm bolters around the. Or is that?
I would say that's some sort of weapon around the claw.
Yeah, I think that's a gun.
To me, it looked like pneumatic, not joints, but I guess like actuators or something.
Sure.
That power the claws. Mm-hmm. Which, if the claws were more powerful, would be like, yeah, we have to have this. Yeah.
I gotta say, I like the front-mounted multi-meltas, though. That's awesome.
Yeah, I really like. If I had my way, I'd just load mine down. If I can put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 heavy bolters on a dreadnought, I'm gonna do it. Like that's just a buttload of awesome.
Yeah.
Like here comes.
Here comes 8. So cool.
Yeah. Here comes 18 heavy bolter shots from my dreadnought charging at you with fists.
I like that we have an all melee dreadnought.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, those don't look like guns to me on its wrist.
Maybe not. Go back, Tony, because I think they might talk about it in the article here a little bit.
But yeah, I really
heavy bolters and bolt rifles.
Bolt rifles.
Oh, okay. So 3 bolt rifles?
For handing out unnecessarily firm handshakes with Brutalis fists and claws.
So, here's my question to you, because they were pretty good starting the edition. Now they're just incredibly overwhelming, like a lot of the Marine range. How do you fix dreadnoughts? I
don't see any reason that shouldn't be T8. When you look at how big it is, I think T8 is a big one.
I agree.
Keeping the -1 damage, I think, feels nice.
I think it needs to do something not necessarily more than -1 damage, but something maybe more impactful than just -1 damage.
I mean, I think if you slap a 2-up save T8 and -1 damage on it, then I think it's fine.
2-up save would be interesting. How would you feel about permanent transhuman?
I don't.
Instead of the -1 damage.
I don't like that as as a thing, like in like. I like it as a temporary tool in cases, but I think it's also way too liberal throughout the game.
Yeah, maybe. I actually, as a Dark Angel player, I have found it to do for Dark Angel Terminator specifically. I have found it actually it made Terminators feel like Terminators on the battlefield.
Sure.
They didn't feel pre-transhuman, post-transhuman, a little different. Pre-transhuman, they didn't feel overpowered. So, like, they still died. If they got shot at a bunch, you still picked them up. But I found with, like, the heavy firepower, the real big stuff that would, really just take them out easily with the multiple damage and the wounding them on twos, I found that it really curbed how many you were picking up off the table to turn.
I think you'll also find that those being T4 models much more impactful than something that's currently T7.
That's fair.
So I think looking at increasing its toughness would actually give kind of the same type of
it would give a benefit, similar result. The reason why I like
honestly, I think what's going to kill these most of the time is like volume, strength 5 and 6.
That has not been in my experience with vehicles and stuff in 9th edition. My experience has been the big guns have been doing most of the damage. It's not like 7th or 8th edition anymore, to where like you're just firing multiple small shots and just peeling peeling stuff away. Now it really is the big gun. It's the Rogel Dorn tank, the big cannon on that's really dealing damage, and it's the Tyranids have a lot of weapons like that too. I feel like transhuman would be the way to go for something like that, where it's and honestly, I think what they should do is not only make those transhuman. I think they should take not just Dark Angel, but all Terminators to just be permanently transhuman. I think that would make all that stuff very useful and viable, and not overpowered, but give it some staying power.
It would give it staying power for sure.
Yeah,
I think I'd be more interested in seeing like
because I don't think T8 is going to do a
lot. I think T8 on that would be effective, but also like maybe making it faster. Like give it the tools it needs to close the gap and get into combat.
10-inch movement, right?
Does it?
Yeah, those do. Regular dreadnoughts, I think, are 8. Redemptors,
considering
I'm pretty sure,
literally like an eighth of the size, I can see why.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure those are 10-inch movement. You're not going to see it go above 12. You're not. So a couple inches might help. But really, I think I don't know. I like seeing stuff that's durable. I like seeing stuff take a beating and then just be like, I'm still here.
I like that too.
I'm going to punch you.
All right.
It
is after 10, though. We should probably get heading out.
Yep, that was all the LVO reveals, I do believe. We ended on on the Space Marine stuff. We didn't talk too much about the Chaos Marines. I'm curious to see what Vashtor does.
Yeah.
But we'll have to speculate about him next week.
All right, guys. We appreciate you all coming out and sticking with us.
Yep.
And Tim will be rejoining us next week. But until then, bye-bye.